Hey everybody, I'm Basically Brandon, and today I'm going to be talking about the best UFC fights of 2016. I don't usually talk about UFC a lot. It is my favorite sport, and I watch it all the time. But, I want to start talking about things that I like. I talked about it a little bit early on in YouTube, but I didn't really keep up with it though. So I would like to maybe continue a little bit about talking about UFC and stuff. So MMA fans of mine, come check me out. So yeah, I did take a little vacation, and it's been about a whole month, and yeah, I've been enjoying myself, trying to take it easy and work at the same time. So you know how it is. But with all that being said, I'm going to get started with my list, and starting off at number 10. Starting off at number 10 is Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. Now, this fight was very, very dominant. I mean, completely one-sided. Probably one of the best Conor McGregor beatings you'll ever see in his career. I mean, Eddie Alvarez had no chance against him, and Eddie Alvarez was actually kind of being favored to beat Conor McGregor because he has a wrestling background, and McGregor has shown some weaknesses in his wrestling game. Like, Eddie Alvarez is such a grind and pounder, he takes you down, he beats you up, and that's pretty much it. Or he'll knock you out on the feet. No, every time Eddie Alvarez attempted a takedown, which was 5 times. He tried taking McGregor down 5 times in this fight, and McGregor stuffed all of them. So Conor McGregor did land 55 significant strikes over Eddie Alvarez's 15. Now you see the gap difference in that? McGregor made him look like a fool, and it was such a just slick, smooth, criminal-like beating. It just had to make it on the best top 10 best fights of the year. So really enjoyed that fight. McGregor is just once again shows that he's a beast. He's gonna be sticking around for a long time. Number 9, Dominick Cruz versus TJ Dillashaw. These are some of the fastest fighters in the world. This fight right here just proves that. Dominick Cruz was the longtime bantamweight champion for many, many, many years. And he never lost the belt, but he had to give up the belt because of his injury. He had ACL injury, and if you don't know what that is, it's nasty, man. It's really nasty. It's very hard for any athlete to come back, especially fighting at a championship caliber level after an injury like that. But he came back, and in his second fight back, he gets a championship fight against the now champion TJ Dillashaw, which turned out to be an incredibly crazy fast and back and forth, so evenly fought battle between these two guys. Just incredible, amazing mixed martial arts that these guys did. And but in the end, Dominick Cruz retains his title after the ACL injury, which is freaking crazy. But yeah, that was really awesome. That made number 9. Now number 8, Cody Garbrandt versus, once again, Dominick Cruz. Another crazy fight, which now we are seeing the new breed of mixed martial arts, which Cody Garbrandt is such a freaking beast, man. In some ways outstyling Dominick Cruz, the longtime bantamweight champion. He just got his belt back. He just got it back, and now he loses it to Cody Garbrandt. Cody, outstruck him and just kind of outplayed him in the fight, man. I would be really interested to see a rematch between those two guys, but man, Cody's the man. He totally did it. Number 7, Tyron Woodley versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Tyron Woodley is he's the man. He throws down like no one can. He's just got power in his hands that Just it feels like a normal human being shouldn't have. And he's a freaking beast. And then you got Wonderboy Thompson, which is like a karate expert, really good with his kicks, very good. Five-time karate world champion. It shows in this fight. His kicks are amazing. But these two clashed, and they seem kind of like iron and iron. When iron sharpens iron, and that's pretty much what this fight was. It's just a crazy, crazy fight. Of course, the karate guy, he's playing the point fighter game. Of course, he's gonna look for the knockout, but it's Tyron Woodley. I don't know. And this fight actually turned out to be a majority draw. Great job by both of these guys. I mean, they put their hearts out there. They put it all on the line, and we are going to be treated to a rematch for that fight in these coming months. So, I'm freaking pumped up for that fight to happen. Number 6, Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 2. Pretty much everything that you wanted to have in a rematch. This fight lasted all 5 rounds. It went to decision. Turns out to be a split decision win for Conor McGregor. And I'm just like, what? I mean, I saw it going Nate Diaz's way. But I understand where it's a split decision. It was that close. A fight where McGregor's coming back from a loss and he needs to win. He needs to win to redeem his name and all that stuff. I really hope they have a third fight. This is something that's like, that needs to happen. UFC needs to do this. But in the end of the day, it's the fighter's choice. So, yeah. Number 5 is a fight that I actually reviewed early on in YouTube. It was Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping. Incredible, incredible, incredible fight. Something that I'd imagine, I wish would happen back in the day. But, when they were in their prime, I think Michael Bisping, close to the end of his career, right, is now. But I feel like he's in the best moments in his career as of right now. Anderson Silva, the best moments of his career is a little bit lacking in the past, but they meet each other and it turns out just to be just glorious, just a glorious fight as well. But like I said, I would have liked to see them fight a little bit early on, maybe 2011, 2012. That would have been a really cool time to see those two match up. I do think Anderson Silva probably could have beat Michael Bisping back then, but it turns out differently in this fight where Michael Bisping actually defeats Anderson Silva by split decision. Very interesting fight. Like, you should totally check that out. Number 4 is Robbie Lawler and Carlos Condit. Now, this was the very first card of 2016. I was so pumped to see this fight because of Robbie Lawler's background and just crazy fights that just like make your eyes want to look away in the different direction because he's bleeding all the time. And Carlos Condit brings that kind of intense energy as well. It was like, okay, we got a really exciting guy versus a really exciting guy. Sometimes that doesn't really go that way, to be an exciting fight. But man, that was just, no, that had to happen. This fight had to happen. And when it happened, it was glorious. The fight did turn out to be a split decision. Robbie Lawler does take the split decision win, and he did retain his title for the time being. Well, before the chosen one came. Number 3 is a crazy, crazy matchup between Miesha Tate and Holm. I have to say real quick that these last 3 could have been number 1, but in my opinion, I stacked it like this. But this could very well just be the best fight, one of the best fight of 2016 in other people's minds, but I did list it this way. Miesha Tate and Holm is kind of like a Cinderella story ending. I feel like Miesha Tate's career could have ended at the high note of this point, and if so, that would have been amazing. But it didn't happen that way. Miesha Tate did defeat Holm the 5th round by rear naked choke. Like, I believe there was a minute and 30 seconds left of the fifth round, and she was going to lose the fight if it would have made it to decision. But she put everything she had in her takedown, spun around to the back, jumped on top of her back, brought her down to the ground, got the rear naked choke. Holly Holm had too much pride inside of her to tap out. So she just went out. You know, she went out. She was unconscious. Yeah, if you want to see her, like, the best women fight of 2016, I would probably say Miesha Tate, Holly Holm. Or if you don't want to see that, you can see Holly Holm kick Ronda's head off or whatever. And number 2, I watched this fight about 2 times. 2 times I wanted to review this fight, and it deserves number 2. Cub Swanson versus Doo-Ho Choi. I mean, I expected a knockout. It didn't happen, but gosh dog it, did they come close. Every single strike they threw, they struck to end the fight. And that's what you want to see. You want to see the ending come. But whenever you're like, just that close and it keeps going, it hypes you up. And that's what this fight does. The entire fight. Okay, well, maybe the first round was a little slow. But man, the second and third round were amazing. What a fight. An amazing, amazing fight that Cub Swanson does come on top with a unanimous decision. And my number 1 is Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor. 1. Yeah, so the second fight was everything that you can expect that you'd want from a rematch. The first fight between Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor was amazing. Very unexpected ending to that fight, with Nate Diaz dominating Conor McGregor. I mean, what? What are you talking about? This is insane. It's like McGregor, you would never think he would lose in the UFC after defeating Aldo like he did, and then the next fight he has is a welterweight fight, and you're like, what? Why did you move up to welterweight? Well, that's because he wanted to fight for a second title. That was Rafael Dos Anjos for the lightweight title, which Dos Anjos left. He was cut off the card because some injury or whatever, and he's like, oh man, I don't get my title fight. And then Dana White's like, well, how about I do you one better? How about you fight Nate Diaz? And Nate Diaz is all like, I don't know. Why don't you come up to welterweight? And then McGregor was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go up to welterweight and fight. Well, okay then. They fought at welterweight. And it was amazing. This fight was so crazy. Nate Diaz stunning McGregor. I didn't quite expect that whenever I was thinking about the fight. I just thought, oh, please, God, please let Nate Diaz last. Because I didn't want McGregor to finish Nate Diaz that quickly. But no, my goodness. I think we were just on this McGregor hype train for the longest time that we thought he was a MMA god. But no, man, he is a normal person like everyone else. And yeah, he got his butt choked out. But yeah, that's my top 10 best UFC fights of 2016. Let me know what you guys thought about my list. Let me know, make your own list and let me know in the comments below. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm basically Brandon, and that's basically it. By the way, I have a split movie review coming out very soon, so you guys can stick around for that. It's probably gonna be out by Sunday, so just to let you know.